And yeah, it'll be an interesting mashup of armies here, though. As I look across the field, HW, I wonder if you agree with me, but these armies seem very interesting. I'll say that. Very interesting. Maybe a bit yeah, out of the norm, let's say.
All right. Well, which
So
interesting army would you like? Oh wow.
I'm on the side of Norse. I'll go over their list quickly. Maybe it's the most normal of the two. But yeah, so once again it is the standard infantry corps. Two Marauders, though they are ranked up to rank 9. So maybe he's just trying to avoid that pesky chevron bug. Now he does have 3 Berserkers, one of them being the Arwar, the Brutes of the Hound. Now backing up this front line for the skirmish of this army, we have 3 Marauder Hunters. And backing this up for the mobility, we just have a single Norscan Ice Wolf, as well as the Beast of the Tashnar, the Arwar, Norscan Warhound. Now for the leadership, we have, we'll go with the caster first. Bale Fiend of Shadows, a good choice here. And he has just about a full kit. Bit of Shades, Enfeebling, yeah, Pendulum, Enfeebling Foe, both Scrolls, and Arcane Conduit, and of course Wolfric the Wanderer on his Mammoth. He has all the buffs, debuffs, Hunter of Champions, and that rounds out the Norscan force. What have the Dinos brought, HW?
Well, the dinos were brought in. One thing to point out: those are Marauder champions, rank 9. Which
Oh, those are Marauder champions, excuse me. Yes,
that's
that is some
insane.
serious punching power.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, rank 9 Marauder champions. That's expensive. But Fire Leech Bolas and Pterodon Riders are going to be the things that stand out first as they get that first volley off. The Bahak Sentinels are going to be the Regiment of Renowns with their lovely dodge trait. We're going to see the Star Chamber Guardians, Regiment of Renown Temple Guard, in the center. And then we're going to see the Legion of Shakwa, another ROR, this time Spearmen with missile resistance, area of effectability. Sora Spears with shields, making up the 2 generic units, and then we have the cohort of Sotek ROR with that lovely ability that prevents their models from dying, Refuse to Die, aptly named. Now, we're going to see 2 Feral Stegodons, similar to a build we saw him bring earlier today against the Empire, and did very well
Here we
with.
go, first Pendulum coming in.
Oh! Pendulum coming in, doing some minor damage, but still good. Every little bit
alright
counts.
damage.
Yeah, but still it on with the Solar Engine in the field. And then we're going to see a Slan Mage Priest of Lice, who is actually turned around. He's like facing backwards. He's like, screw you guys, I won't even look at you. That's how little I think of you. Banishment, Shield of the Old Ones, R of Quetzal, Blood Statuette of Spite, Regrowth, Earthblood, and Awakening of the Wood with Greater Arcane Conduit. Sea Fang coming down, Romulan.
Oh my goodness, that was massive.
Oh.
And Earthblood was just dropped on those Temple Guard and the Saurus to help heal them up prior, but now they're about to rout. The Saurus are routing, the Temple Guard are about to rout in most likely moments here.
Yeah.
Oh, that banishment, swing and a miss though.
It was. I mean,
Big
it was
loss.
the Saurus broke right at the worst time. The Marauder champions were perfectly in place, and then suddenly the Saurus broke and they escaped. But getting the Marauder Berserk, I mean, the Marauders with throwing axes.
Absolutely some value there. And yeah. They're routing in below half health.
Oh. Yeah, Wolford taking a lot of damage so far, but now he's on top of a Feral Stegodon with the Femur Belfiend, Beast of Tashnar, and it looks like he may be able to do okay in that combat. He is a hero after all, but...
And a big Pit of Shades going down the right flank of the Dinos, ripping apart some Saurus. But it looks like it was just a standard Pit of Shades, so did not, otherwise it probably would have finished the unit. But quite a mix match across the field, though the Dinos seem in a little bit of a better position, as Wolfric is getting shot to pieces by the Pterodons.
Yeah, shot to pieces indeed. He still has 4,500 HP, which is always surprising when you look at... Oh, no, now he's down to 3,500. He's taking a lot of damage between those, the missiles and the double Stegodons on top of him.
Absolutely, and yeah, with the Slan, the double Stegs here, they might be able to head off this Norscan Spearhead here.
Yep.
And if Wolfric goes, that's the game, HW.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. There's nothing else in this Norscan army that is capable of dealing with the Lizardmen at this point. And with the Solar Engine, I think it's safe to say that, Wolfric's dead. And funnily enough, I also think he's been getting hit by his own throwing axes.
Yes, I was about to say, I think he just took a massive broadside from his own hunters, and that brings him down to just 200 HP, and at that point, he's just about done. He might as well be dead because he won't be able to stay in combat for any significant amount of time.
Oh, there he goes. The Distillodon shooting him dead, and he's gonna roll out of his little mammoth seat and actually just disappear. I'm guessing he fell underneath the mammoth. Poor bastard. Oh, just kidding. There he is. So yeah, at this point, I'm with you, Romulan. Not to be too doom and gloom, but I don't. If the Femur Belfiend can do some crazy stuff, then maybe. But other than that, it's just over, you know?
Yeah. Lizardmen have all the tools in the late game here. They have the mobility. They have dinosaurs left alive. And oh, here we go. I think this next banishment will banish these Norscan warriors back to the frozen tundra.
Oh, man. Those fickle banishments, though. Always running off where you least need them. And even worse news for the Norskins is that the Feral Stegodon that they were trying to chase off with those Norscan Ice Wolves and Beast of Tashnar has now come back. He's rampaging, but he's alive. And now with 2 Feral Stegodons and a Salon still on the field, I mean, what can a Norscan do against such reckless abandon?
Yes, they need the Mammoth here in the late game. Without their leader, the remaining Norskins are soon they're out from the field. But this Balefiend here, just sticking it out like a warrior.
Yeah.
He will soon be a selected, chosen of the Dark Gods. And yeah, he's taking to the children of the Old Ones here. Be it that the rest of his army may soon rout, he's sticking it out, putting a few final swings in.
Yeah, no, Femur Belfiend, an underestimated unit, you know, with the armor sundering and the magical damage, it can be very good in combat in certain situations. And 400 weapon strength with armor piercing, you know, that's nothing to shrug off at. In terms of casters, heroes, they're definitely one of the stronger melee combat variants. If not,
and with that purple glove, they have all the style as well.
Oh yeah, no, they're straight up like Prince. They're just rocking it. Oh man.
Pancakes. And yeah.
Yeah.
Like we were speaking to prior to the game, the Lizardmen. Yeah. Lizardmen Infantry Corps is very stubborn and tough to break, and this Norscan army kind of just crashed on the rocks.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, looking back at it, I'm trying to think of, what I would recommend to go with differently. And, the champions did well for themselves initially in that first shock of the engagement and the charge. But I think the hunters with axes could be swapped, personally. I don't know what it is, but I think when it comes to pterodons being almost a staple choice from lizardmen in this matchup, in a lot of cases, or chameleon skinks, I would rather have the mobility of just like Marauder Horse Masters or Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes or something like that, rather than the foot variant. Just going to be hard to catch those chameleon skinks, hard to catch the pterodons, and as you saw there, if pterodon riders are unopposed, they can get down a ton of damage over time. So,
yeah, and often the jabs are just better. They're cheaper, if I remember correctly, or either way, just the
price,
jabs
actually.
with the anti-large. Yeah, either way with the anti-large. It's often just a better choice. But yeah, 3 seems like an over-investment.
Yeah, better range on the javelins too.
Yeah, and not enough to really, put that hard hit in and finish some of those dinos. Maybe some Femur with great weapons or something. Or even some Skin Wolves. Really could have helped there. They could have had some nice work on the flanks with their, the Ice Wolves, Beast of Tashnar.